Hey besties, if you are watching this video, you already know that as at this time, the UK government has proposed to ban international students from bringing independence into the UK. As at the point of making this video, it was still at the proposal stage, but today, the 23rd of May, when I'm editing, I can boldly tell you that the UK government has banned Nigerian students from bringing in their dependents. I would be playing the devil's advocate so that we can properly analyze if this proposition makes sense or not. And at the end of this video, I'll be giving my own 2 cents and my advice to anyone intending to relocate to the UK. The UK Department of Education, the Home Office, and the Treasury are planning to take action to limit the visas of dependents of international students pursuing master's degree in the United Kingdom. Now, we already know that when someone comes into the UK, they bring in their dependent if they have one. And dependents can be the partners or the children. Authorities have earlier voiced concerns about the high number of international students in the UK, saying that the long-term goal was to reduce net migration figures to tens of thousands. There are some people who are coming to study in the UK who are bringing 5-6 more people with them. Is that right? No. So is that right? I don't know. Now, we know that normally when you're coming in to study, if you are married, you are most likely going to be bringing your spouse and your children. We understand the people this is targeted at, and I will talk about that as we go on, because there are some people that come in here and they are bringing like 6 people, 5 people. Now, am I saying they should not bring them? Of course not, because those are their family members. Will you tell a wife to abandon her child because she's coming to the UK? No. However, the UK government is now saying, you know what? Enough is enough. Your own is too much. We are either going to be giving an outright ban or a reduction. The news also says that students from Nigeria and India were most likely to bring dependents to the UK in 2022. Now, last year, the number of dependents that came into the UK from Nigeria and India were quite enormous compared to the previous year. And of course, this has raised lots of concerns for the Home Office and the Department of Education, that they are saying that it is clear that we have to do something about this issue. Right now, no one really knows what is going to happen for sure because it is still at the proposal stage. But one thing is certain, the UK government are tired, and right now they are either going to outrightly ban especially master students. Of course, for those that are in PhD level, they will not be banning that, but they will either ban the dependence of international students at the master's level going for 1-year courses, or there would be some restrictions and limitations. And from other news that I've seen, they've said something like maybe they would place a cap on the kind of universities that international students can be allowed to bring in their dependents. So for instance, they will say your university has to be a high-ranking university for you to bring in dependents, which actually defeats the purpose of bringing independence, because we know that if that restriction happens, it is going to be those really high schools like maybe Oxford University, and we know that that is not the average university. Another thing that could influence that restriction is the course that you're going to be doing. I also saw in some news that they would determine if the course you're doing actually makes sense or adds to the economy. So people that are studying courses that concern maybe tech, engineering, healthcare, and all of those high courses would actually be allowed to bring in their dependents, as opposed to those that are just studying any course for the sake of studying any course. Now, where does this leave us? Let's analyze. First off, let's think about us as Nigerians or international students. It was really annoying that they had to talk about Nigerians and Indians because apparently we are the ones that bring in the highest number of dependents. Now, speaking on behalf of the Nigerians and the Indians and other minority groups, one would expect that the UK government should understand that in most of these countries, the birth rate is actually high. So you see that most families actually have a lot of children, and one would expect that they would put that into consideration. Also, we know, I don't know of you, but I know that the UK government just looks for what benefits them. And even when they open up their borders to the international community, we knew, I don't know about you, but I knew that it benefited them. For instance, international students now coming to the UK has helped their system, has helped their economy, especially the educational economy, because tuition fee is quite outrageous for international students, and that boosts their economy. So one would expect that they would put all these things into consideration. However, now playing the devil's advocate, looking at it from their point of view, the UK government, of course, they allow just one person to come in. They're allowing just you to come and study for most likely 1 year, and in their minds, you come in, help their system, help their economy. If you want to stay back, you apply for your 2 years post-study. If you can prove that you are a valuable person to society, you get work visa, then of course you boost the economy. If you're able to stay for a long time, they reward you with their ILR or citizenship, and so your life goes like that. But they did not expect that you would just carry all your family members. If it were possible for people to even come along with their aunties, their uncles, some people would, because they want better economy, which the UK is compared to a lot of other countries. So in UK government's mind, they gave you you are taking allowance. They say you just come, but no, you are carrying everybody. And they feel there is so much pressure on their economy, because right now you no longer find access to jobs, which is not even a joke, because even for people that have been here earlier, you would realize that right now when it comes to jobs, it is not the same thing. Before, I know when I came in, I was like a princess when it comes to jobs, because there are lots of jobs that want you. But right now, it's a battle for jobs. Like, if you have a job, just hold it tight, because it is a battle. And this has put a strain on the economy also, because lots of people are looking for jobs. And of course, I don't agree with the school of thought that international people are the ones that are hustling all the jobs and their citizens cannot get jobs. I don't agree with that school of thought, because there were jobs before international students came in, and most UK citizens could not even do all the jobs, and that's one of the reasons why they even needed more manpower. But one cannot deny the fact that the number of international students are a lot, and this has actually put a strain, not just employment, even in accommodation, even in the population. I remember as of last year, Lincoln was quite small, but right now it has increased. And this is just Lincoln. There are lots of places that have had like triple, quadruple increase in their population. To the UK government, this is more than a bargain for. They just want you to come here, or highest come in with one person or two people. But what they've seen is way more than they bargained for. There is currently no certainty about what the outcome of all of these will be, because we are still waiting for the news, although it is proposed to take effect in January 2024, and I'm sure it's going to only affect people that have not started processing their applications. Now, what is my advice? The best time to come into the UK was yesterday. Like, yesterday was the best time. So if you still can, please come in. If you have your dependents, come in, because as at now, they've not yet finalized their proposal, because once they do, one thing I'm sure of is that it's either going to be an outright ban or a restriction. Now, I hope it's not an outright ban, because that is going to really affect a lot of people, and you can't tell someone not to come in with their loved ones. Like, it just makes no sense to me. However, it is their country and they have the right to make their own decisions. Now, if you are not going to be coming in as soon as possible, my advice would be that ensure the course you are going for is a high in demand course. I've created a video on high in demand courses. I've created another video on lucrative courses, because you cannot afford to leave your home country, come in here and study just any kind of course. And the point the UK government is making is that if you say you are coming here just for the purposes of studying for 1 year, why do you need to come in with your dependents? And even if you do, why do you need to come in with 6 people, 5 people, 4 people? But of course, I understand, because I know that most times when people are coming in to study, they also have plans of staying here permanently. And that is valid, because why will you spend all the thousands of pounds to just come here and go back, unless that's your own plan initially? But that's not the plan of most people, and of course you just have to do what you have to do. Now, another advice I would give is, see, the UK is not the only place. Someone once told me that, see, if you're not accepted somewhere, you look for somewhere else. It's not only the UK that you can actually go to. It's just that because of the bandwagon effect, where people go where everybody's going to, or currently the UK is like the easiest country to go to once you have the money, people forget that there are other options. You can, in fact, let me not even talk about the Canada, the US. There are also other countries that people don't even pay attention to, but these countries are very family friendly, they are dependent friendly. You should look out for those options. I think if you are in this position, make your own research, or if you want to pay someone, pay a trusted agent that can actually secure the options for you, because the UK should not be your only option, especially because their policies right now are changing unless you're already on your way to coming here. If not, see, broaden your options, like broaden your horizon. It's not just the UK, there are also so many countries that you can look out for. So that's it, besties, about this video. I've gone on a huge rant where I have just been analyzing and analyzing. I really want to hear your thoughts about this. Like, what do you think about it? When you heard about it, were you shocked? As for me, I was not even shocked. I even expected it sooner, because I know that the UK government would not just fold their arms whilst watching lots of people come into their country, especially because I know that the UK government will always look out for themselves, and that's just that. I'm going to be linking up my Japa playlist in case you want to watch other videos where I talked about relocation. Don't forget to look out for all of my videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays by 5 p.m. and I'm going to see you in my next one. Bye guys!